we're taking a revisit to proper number 12. Welcome back to Brolic Whiskey. I'm Metahuman Dave.
And I am just Mike.
And Mike, don't hate me for this, but we are revisiting proper 12 for good reason. Reason being,
A lot of hate on the internet for this thing, right?
well, yeah, no, it's definitely common with anything involving Conor McGregor. That's for sure.
Just don't give a fuck!
But the reason I'm doing this, Mike, obviously there was nothing I can do once it was on the interwebs. Interwebs will do what it will. There was no way I was going to stop a video that was going viral.
And let's face it, the internet, they ate it up.
So here's what's weird. Look at the comment sections, and we'll get hated for both reasons. We got hated for being too nice, or we got hated for saying that we hated the whiskey. Same comment thread.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
I will admit I was probably a little too lenient because I really did fall for his shit, and I thought that this was his own distillery. So my bad for that. But I don't feel I gave it a good score. I felt I did give it a low score.
Really?
That it was a 4.5.
I
Right?
thought it was deserving.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I gave it a low score. So when people say that I was giving it a good score, I don't think I did. But here's the deal. In all the time I've ever drank whiskey, I've never in my life experienced something that went so putrid in my life where the next day I tried it again and it tasted horrible. Mike's face tells me exactly the same thing.
That's pretty bad.
I've never in my life experienced a whiskey that goes south immediately. It tasted really bad the second time I tasted this. So I thought maybe there was just something in my palate. Maybe I ate something weird that made it taste bad. So I gave it a few more days. Tried it again, and it was horrible. I brought it to not one, but two different whiskey groups. Every single person said it was one of the worst tasting whiskeys they've ever had in their life. I'm in agreement. I'm only doing this for you guys. Mike's tears streaming down his face right now tells me I'm not wrong.
Yeah, there was a lot of hate for this, and I kind of thought it was just a hype train. Everyone was just hating.
How does it change every time I taste it?
It's pretty bad. I mean, there are still some positives. It still has a nice creamy texture to it. It's not.
And it has like this artificial vanilla flavor.
It
to
does.
It
The
tastes like there's
smell.
artificial flavoring, but they should have to label it if there's anything artificial. But it tastes like there's been artificial flavoring added to this.
Yeah, it went south. It did. Still has a nice color to it.
That's because it's fake coloring. It's E150. For those who said that I was lying about that, go to the German label, where by law they have to disclose if there's E150 in it. There is. There's fake coloring in it.
All right, there's fake coloring. There seems to be fake aroma in it. It smells bad. It smells chemical. It doesn't smell right. So you're saying Conor McGregor did not do this?
No.
So he hired a company.
Yes.
They made this, and they dropped his name on it, and they put it out there for the public.
Here's where my biggest beef comes with.
Yeah.
You're right on that, but the problem that I have is that he uses terminology and wording to make it seem like he owns a distillery.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
To this day, he's still doing it. So for all of you that are trying to say, oh, but he says that about everything. No. He's trying to disclose this as if he makes this whiskey. A lot of people are now saying it's made at Bushmills, the oldest Irish whiskey distillery, because of the way that they word it, right? So, very good possibility that it is made at Bushmills.
Gotcha.
But someone approached me claiming he makes it. This person who approached me claims that he makes it at his distillery called Slane. So now there's two possibilities. Is this made at Bushmills or is this made at Slane?
Did you find out Slane really does exist?
Yes.
Okay.
Slane is a real distillery.
All right, just throwing it
Okay.
out there.
My biggest beef is, what the hell is Proper 12 hiding? What are you hiding, Proper 12? I've approached you on numerous occasions asking for interviews. You simply respond, you're too busy to take interviews. That's a bullshit answer. No company in the world is too busy to answer questions. I've dealt with lots of bigger companies than you that answer my questions when I approach them. Number two, you said that you would answer questions in an email. It's now been 4 weeks since I asked flat out, does Conor McGregor own a distillery? You should be able to answer yes or no by now. And two, if it's a sourced whiskey, where is it sourced from? Not answering either one. There's something that Proper 12 is hiding. And I will tell you this. You can look at all of our videos. We've never hated on a company. We respect the hell out of this business. And what I see Proper 12 doing is a disrespectful service to this business. And we're keeping it real. Keeping this shit New York. Keeping it gully, right? We're going to let you know. I don't approve of Proper 12 as a company because they're lying to us and trying to make us believe that Conor McGregor is actually making this. Show you how fake this company is. You see this nice little green bottle? Green glass is a little more expensive than clear glass. Oh, would you look at that? Would you look at that? That right there. That's a green facade, just like the rest of this company is a facade. If you look at their social media, there's not a single thing talking about the whiskey. Every single post that Proper 12's ever done is with Conor McGregor's in their mouth. They are so infatuated at Conor McGregor that they don't even talk about the whiskey. Why? Because they're not doing shit with the whiskey.
Well,
it's a sourced whiskey, and I have no problem.
Honestly, but Conor McGregor's more interesting than whiskey.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense. They're doing it for a business perspective. This green bottle thing, that's pretty damn janky. That really is. Whether you like the whiskey or not, you know, whether you're biased because you're a super fan and you want to be Conor McGregor's sock carrier, whatever. But that's sad.
That is sad.
That's
I've never
sad.
seen it. There's so many things that I've never seen a
that's
company
sad.
do before. So with this facade bottle, that's a first. The refusing of interviews and answering questions, that's a red flag. The fact that they don't even talk about their own whiskey, they only show Conor McGregor in every one of their posts, that's a red flag. We know it's a sourced whiskey, but Conor McGregor's trying to make his fans believe that it's not sourced. And that's the only place I have an issue. I am not opposed to sourced whiskey when there's transparency involved. Don't fucking tell me this is your shit when you didn't make it. And seriously, dude, if it was 100 different recipes like they claim in their little press release, then what the hell did you guys not go with?
The good ones that were probably more expensive to purchase. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's such a shame.
Can we do it?
It was fun.
What's the score?
Look, this is Toki for me.
This is worse than Toki.
I don't know. This is right with Toki with me. I mean,
I don't care about the price point.
Yeah, no.
I don't care that it's a $25 bottle at most places. To me, this is the worst tasting whiskey I've ever had.
Oh, to be fair, I mean, initially when we drank it is what it is. It's a
party
bag.
whiskey.
It's a brown bag. You
Yeah.
throw it, you finish it that night. If you don't finish it, you dump it in the gutter and you walk away. You don't store it. It's not worth it.
Yeah, basically that's the bottom line.
Yeah.
If you're buying it to be a party whiskey and you're watching the fights or whatever you're doing, make sure you finish that bottle that night, because for whatever reason, first time in all of my years of drinking, first time I've ever seen a whiskey go south within days.
Yeah, and all of my weeks of drinking, this is the worst experience I've had.
With that being said, look, we will always be the honest review channel. Whether you like what you hear or not, you will never hear us fluff. You will never, ever catch us being bought. Because I know, and I'm looking at you, other review channels, I know some of you, whether you want to admit it or not, because you got a free bottle, you were nice in your review. If you guys send us a bottle, any of you manufacturers, if you want to actually get our review, you're going to get an honest review. You will never buy out our opinion. This is, for me at least, the worst tasting whiskey I've ever had.
Toki. That's all I gotta say. This is Toki.
So it's number 2 behind Toki for you.
It's right there. Two guys keeping it real. We got East Coast real. We got West Coast ass. So yeah, we don't have a problem. We don't need to get sold out on this stuff. We're not gonna be millionaires at the end of the day from this, but we're having a hell of a time doing it.
Having fun, but being honest, because that's what you guys deserve.